Okay, he said there's a young man. He's a younger man, and it's like a boy, and he said school age. Let me get the age on that. He's showing some kind of reference to the head. There was some kind of injury to the head. He's like 12 years old, and he's with him. Let me ask you. And I feel like it's a family member's son. Like he's saying something about the head. Let me ask him. Something's wrong with the head. I mean, when you feel like any of this may sound right, put your hand up, and then we'll nail it. Okay. Because I have to ask questions. Here's how it works. If I don't connect with the loved one, it just kind of peters out. You know, I have to connect with that loved one, and then that's like the string to the heart to heart. Let me ask him. He's showing me something with seizures, and he's showing something. I think it's like neurological. Something's not right with his head. Like the head, like chemistry, like something's wrong with his head, and occasionally he'd go and say, oh my goodness, oh my gosh. He's saying that he has a brother. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay, he does have a brother. And it might be helpful also if you could stand too, that would be good. Because I mean, it's one of the two. Let me just narrow this down one thing. Let me ask. He said, you know the child. He said, you know the child, and he said the child would be sweet and playful. He has a sweet child, but then you'd have to be careful because you could be out and something could set it off, and then he could have he said a fit. Something get a fit, okay? All right. He said the child loves you. Does this make sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And I think I know who you're talking about.
The uncle?
It's
Uncle?
It's on that side.
The dad's side of the
On
family?
that side, but it's grandfather.
Okay. Let me ask him his name. Let me ask him more information then. He's concerned. Sometimes they'll come through because they're concerned about someone mentally or whatever, because again, if they're family, that's how they act, right? Family, if like they're concerned, they want to know. So you're like, why do they care? Well, they did that when they were here. Let me ask him what his message is and who he is exactly. He said you don't know him. He said you don't. He said he's saying that you didn't know him. Did he also have, when he passed, did he have like dementia or something went right with him?
I just thought of someone else. It is an uncle in a wheelchair.
Okay, because see this
And
way.
would know this child the same way I do.
Okay. This is what I'm getting. He's saying that you didn't know him the way he was. You know, when people get, when they're bad off, you hear about the stories and how cool they were, but then when you meet them, they're, maybe not in a good way.
Well, it's knowing him through association, so.
Right, but you never got to know him. Yeah, okay.
I'm with you.
All right, let me see if I can tell you something exact, and then I'm going to give him the message, because he is concerned about this boy, and he also wants a message for you. He's going to give you a gift.
Oh.
Yeah, he's going to tell you something he likes you. They know who we are.
I like you too. Well, they can hear me.
Yeah, they can. And you're quite sensitive yourself, so there you go. I gotta put a smile on his face. Let's go back to him. Validation of him. Why is he talking about Kroger food? Did he have someone go to a Kroger? Do y'all have Kroger in South Carolina?
No. But this man did have someone go to the grocery store for him.
Okay, because he said
He was not able to
Kroger.
do it.
We don't have Kroger's here, do we? No, we don't have that grocery store. You don't even know. Yeah.
We in Atlanta.
Atlanta? Where's he from?
He's from Eastern North Carolina. But they may have been there years ago.
Okay, because he said Kroger.
Yeah, they have Myrtle Beach still.
Okay. All right, because he's saying they went to the Kroger for me and got me food. Okay, which is important if you're shut in. You know what I mean? It's very important. Okay, let me ask him something else. He said his hands, he had something like they would, I don't know you might know this, you're a nurse.
I think I know what you're talking
His
about.
hands kind of do like this. What's that mean?
They don't work.
They don't work so good. They're like
The
this.
muscles are weak.
What does this mean?
It's atrophy. of the
Okay,
hands.
his hands were like this. So he had difficulty, he had to have someone put up the food. Now he's also mentioning that he feels bad he was not there for, he said nephew, he was not there for him.
Yeah.
And he said he'll be fine, but he has gone kind of down the wrong road a little bit. He said he will be fine. He said that he has people watching over him and angels and stuff. It'll be fine. He said you worry about someone still. He goes, this is the connection. You worry about him.
I do.
This is the past boyfriend?
No.
Who is this person? He said that you still worry about the love?
The person is my nephew.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
So,
that's why I love it.
oh, so it really is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So he wants to talk about the boy and he wants to talk about you, and then we'll move on because I know we got a lot of people here. So let me get the message for you. Well, this tie in. He said that you can help him. Let me ask him. I'm going to ask him. He said that it has to do with natural medicine and healing. And he said you can actively help him. I don't know if anyone knows Nancy. She does this kind of thing. This is a new thing.
I'm working on my alternative therapy, and I'm actually doing research for this nephew.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding. Yay. Yay. Oh my gosh. He said, you can step forward and do this. Oh my gosh, the fact they're watching that. Wow. Okay. All right. Let me ask him specifically. He said it's something about how whatever it is relates to the nerves or the stimulus with the nerves, and it's about quietening, like a serotonin or quietening something down.
Dead on.
Well, he's watching you do this, not me. I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. So, yeah. All right, and the message for you, he said, you have the biggest heart. He said, you are so pure in spirit. You have so much love. He's showing a flower, and this is you, and he's showing that you're here, and you've only begun to blossom, and he said you're going to be the most beautiful flower and have so much to offer people. So he said continue this line of helping people and naturally healing you, and also the direction you're moving forward, your nephew will get him. He said, he's telling me, will not completely cure him. He said, but pretty close. He said, but it's going to take a while. Be patient. He said, you're on the right path.
So let me validate this for her. My nephew,
Okay.
his name's Trey. Will be 12 this year. He has autism. He lives in a rural area of North Carolina, and he does not get the therapy he needs. So he's behind on a lot of kids his age, but he's so smart. And so I've actually been doing research to help him be able to connect what's going on in his head and what's going on in his outside life. So, and I know exactly who you're talking about that's coming through. It's Trey's uncle, not mine, but Trey's uncle died right about the time probably about when Trey was 4 or 5. We knew for about a year that he was autistic. So I know exactly who this man is.
This man is. Well, he senses love, and he just thinks you're beautiful. And he is watching this whole process, and he encourages you, and really all of us. We don't know the power and the influence with just a hug or being there, and we all have that ability. So God bless you, and be expedient with what you're doing.
Thank you.
Well, thanks, Spirit.